I want to talk about the idea that when we remember what this team is doing and look back at it as an all-time great in the history of South Florida, what is great about the story and already makes it dynastic to me is it begins with an 8 seed clearly behind Tampa and Boston. And no, they couldn't get past those teams through this hard route. Tkachuk gets traded after a blueprint changer. They had the best offense in the sport, Huberdeau. They blew out the whole thing. They traded for Tkachuk. And what started was this story. 8 seed, somehow, tough and gritty, makes the community love it because it gets to the final. How the hell did that happen? Best Panther team we've ever seen down here. 30 years of Radek Dvorak. Like 30 years of just never win a playoff game.
Is that the funniest name to reference in that spot?
What is the funniest name?
Olli Jokinen.
That is a good one. We could play this game.
Jay Bomeister.
Radek Dvorak is just...
Okay, but so it goes from there, right? So they fall in love. South Florida falls in love and hopes the way Knicks fans have the last couple of years. Oh, so close. They changed the blueprint. They're brave. They've got a good organization. They've never had that. Never had that.
You hear how all the players raving last night about the ownership?
They have this town has never had even average hockey ownership. It has just been scammers trying to sell ice in the Everglades. It has been garbage, like bad businessman after bad businessman. They clean it up. 8 seed makes a community fall in love, hope like Knicks fans hope. And then what happens the next year? Oh, my God. 7 games. 3-0, down 0, go 3-3. This makes kids fall in love forever when you win this way.
Yep.
And then this year, they're better than everyone, and they break up New York, and they break up Tampa, and they break up Boston.
Probably breaking up Toronto.
Carolina might not break up, but everyone will laugh at them because they're going to get broken again by whatever remains of this team, even if they're made favorites, which some sports books have. Carolina is the favorite. This story is going to be an echoing all-timer in this market because of the last 3 years, the last 2 of which result in back-to-back where everyone in that hallowed sport genuflects on when you do it back-to-back, we'll remember you forever. It's better and bigger, doubling the size of what you did the first time when you gave us the best hockey series any of us had ever seen. It's the coolest.
And it was such a different experience than last year. I don't know if it's because it's the back-to-back one, but it was just because we had the whole third period to know we were winning. Last year, I was just jumping, being a maniac when we won. This year, with 5 minutes, I was just, sitting back, looking around, just, taking it in.
It was similar to the Heat. The Heat,
yes. When
they won against the Thunder, the entire game was a celebration. It was a party because we blew them out the entire game. And then the next year, Game 6, Ray Allen, Game 7 was tight. And we got to experience both, being on the edge of our seat and a party. And this year, it was the opposite with the Panthers. We were on the edge of our seat last year, and last night was a party.
With 7 minutes left.
Their goalie with 7 minutes.
Their coach decided, all right, this goalie thing ain't working. Let's try it without.
Well, it wasn't working. It's why they changed goalies after Game 4.
I was like, all right, let's hear him out. Let's see how this works. 20 seconds later, we put it at empty netter. I'm just like, okay, I don't think this worked how we wanted.
Let me ask you, were any of you thinking that I would have to pay tuition?
100%.
That's all I was thinking about.
5-0? If you told me at 5, so just so you know, backstory.
This was, I walked myself into something, right? I'm searching, as you put me on a Mission Impossible. I found a heaving mass of Panthers fans. Oh, you could say. I mean, they knew they were playing the Oil. They knew 9-0 was a possible result. So I asked a brilliant college student what the final score would be, Zaz. And he says to me, Tone, T-Bone, iced tea, 9-0 Pants. That's what he looks me right in the eye. Said, if it's 9-0 Panthers, Dan Le Batard is going to full ride scholarship, pay your tuition for college.
I agreed to terms immediately.
Absolutely. I just knew in his heart this would be something he would want to do because the emotion, the passion for everything that is the Pantalones were just pouring out of this
Pantalones.
And then it was 5-0 with an empty net.
That's
with
that was
5 minutes left.
I'm like, oh my God, we're going to have to find that kid. It's going to be a scandal. I'm rooting for Edmonton. I've never been a bigger McDavid fan.
It was sweaty because you can get 2-3 empty netters in no time.
I like it. It's like a Scott's Tots situation that Dan was running into.
Would you have paid for like a 10-1 final?
No.
Or a 9-goal differential?
No. Billy, I understand that you are here for Wild Willie Wednesday.
I'm here to be a good teammate.
All right, no,
guy.
Chris, you guys didn't notice. Chris, I don't want you to get so hungover and self-involved today that you forget to do all parts of your job, okay? What I'm telling you is that from behind you, Billy is hell-bent on anarchy because he doesn't want the two of you to leave.
No.
Guess who becomes EP?
I think you don't want the two of them to leave because
that's what Wild Willie Wednesday is.
Here.
And so both of you should now leave.
All right, see you later.
Both of you get out of here. Go to the elbow room.
There we go.
A ruling has been made.
A ruling has been made.
You want it to be Wild Willie Wednesday, so it shall be. But you noticed in the background, he was offering to go to the elbow room.
Look how quick Roy got up.
Hasn't watched
he's out.
Hasn't watched the game.
He's out.
Billy there
I'm
would
not
be
biased.
funny. Billy there would be funny.
Okay, he can go too. If you who you want to put Zaz in that EP chair?
Jeremy, let's go.
I'll go.
If you want to take him, look. If you want to take him, and you guys want to go, and Wild Willie Wednesday wants to go to the elbow room, have at it. I will do the show here.
How long is the drive? I've never been.
Long. It's a long drive.
It seems kind of like a dump.
This is what's going to be the deciding factor. How long is the
traffic
drive?
It's an hour.
Back.
It's
an hour each way.
It's going to be an hour there if you
Who's
don't
on the
get
show
traffic.
today?
45 minutes.
If you don't get traffic, it's 45 minutes. If there's an accident,
don't get traffic.
Yes,
If there's an accident, it's 2.5 hours.
It can take an hour and a half. Yes, they might just be in traffic for the next 2
You know
hours.
what? I think we
and
should
join
remix
us.
this.
Join us for the post game.
Dan, I think we should remix this. I think me and Tony should go over to the elbow.
Oh,
room.
Tony
Show
and
people what
Tony.
they want.
Drinking
Tony
contest.
back to back.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Couple
We do our
Tonys.
thing.
Whoever steals the cup becomes Tony.
I will tell you guys right now that if you can figure
Let's split
out
it.
how it is to get those people out there to produce our show in here, if all of you want to go and do the show from the elbow room, I'm now telling you I'm going live the rest of the show. We're just going live. We're going to go 4 hours of – I'm assuming that people would have been here for one of two reasons today. You tell me which one they would have been here for more, because I think this is obnoxious. Enjoyment, people don't want that. They want to tune in and see Miami suffer in tears. And the coach –
Why do you say that? You wanted a Game 7 before this week even started. You were rooting for defeat yesterday.
I believe that more people would be watching and listening to this show today if the Panthers had lost than if they win. Do you think I have that wrong?
No. I think you might have it wrong. Yeah, I think you have it wrong. But more people will be listening Friday when there'd be a Game 7, than if the Panthers won last night. But today I think it's the same.
You guys don't believe. I know every city always does the us against the world narrative, but this was.
But this really was.
This was. You had McDavid's the best player in the world, and hockey, the better story, indisputably, is McDavid getting revenge, knocking off Florida, getting Florida out of the way. Florida is not as interesting to the world as McDavid would be as a rising star winning a championship. They've already won. We've done that story. Give me a new story.
But this is also still a story, though, right? Because now this is still an NHL story going into next year. McDavid, still no title. Like we did this for years with LeBron, And, this is the story for the NHL now, is McDavid. When, if ever, is he going to win? Because he just had 2 chances, and the second time it went 6. He really wasn't that close.
Our audience is probably happy today, here to cheer on the Panthers, because I think there's a difference in the way that our audience perceives this team and this franchise than the Heat, because we, understandably, since the Big Three era, basically shoved the Heat down the audience's throat and the obnoxiousness that came with a team that was genuinely hated nationally. This franchise, everyone for the last 3 years got to, with us, experience a run as an 8 seed that was far less obnoxious than how we handled the Heat's run as an 8 seed. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. And then 2 championships.
We were all looking at you too, though. It wasn't just you looking at yourself in the mirror. We were all staring at you.
I was trying to just,
as well.
hey, hand up, my bad, It was encouraged, but I would say that this team in particular,
He's
I
right.
think
It's
our
more
audience
likable.
cares about.
I get way more tweets.
They're excited to care about this.
I
with
get
us.
way more tweets of you guys have turned me into a Panthers fan than with the Heat.
Yes, and you guys, not surprisingly, wildly self-involved. So, yes, our audience, one thing. Outside
Isn't that what you asked?
No, Jeremy, no. Our audience is here either way. Our audience is always here. The people that would make it a larger audience are the people who are here to hear the arrogant, Miami fan weep into their pillow scared because now there's a Game 7.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, okay, I take it back. You're right. Yes, when you put it that way,
But
are.
that's
Yes.
I thought it was obvious to me that the way to get the most if what you're doing is just for clicks, if what you're doing is just to amass, look, there are so many people in sports media right now doing stuff just to amass audience.
Speak their name.
Stephen A.
Attaboy.
Whoa.
Pablo. That would have been
Pablo would have been
that
probably
would have been a
smarter.
better one. Speak their name. How dare you talk to me that way? You are more confident today. What is it about you?
Feeling good.